Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Today's vlog is one subject. It's very serious. This is something that you need to share with anybody who lives in Georgia or is reasonably close to Georgia and has 2 days to spare. You're going to find out in a second, but first of all, if you look down and you look at the screen, you're going to see an email address. I'm going to keep that email address up for the entire vlog. Again, if you know anybody in Georgia, or if you live in Georgia or are near Georgia, you need to take down that email address and hopefully send an email to that email address. Now, I have to give you a little bit of background. This goes back a ways. First of all, as you probably know, I've mentioned it many times, YouTube censors videos. They will take down any video that questions the November 3rd presidential election. So I have to say, I am saying right now, I am forced to say it was a perfect election. It was a wonderful election. There were no problems. Everything was fair and open and above board. And incidentally, we are so lucky to have Joe Biden as our president. We could not have asked for a better president. So I've got that out of the way. Now on to the subject, the reason for that email address that you are looking at the bottom of your screen. I have to go back to when people were erroneously questioning the election because it was perfect. One of those places was Georgia. There was a Georgia Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. A number of witnesses testified erroneously, of course. They didn't know what they were looking at, of course, or they were lying in sworn depositions under penalty of perjury, but they were lying because the election was perfect. They claimed, anyhow, these witnesses, to have seen or found problems with the election. One of these witnesses was a gentleman named Jovan Pulitzer. I mentioned him. I showed a video of his testimony. That video was taken down because he was wrongly questioning the election or suggesting that there may, and I say may be problems or may have been problems with the election in Fulton County, Georgia. But we know that was wrong, but nevertheless, he has over 200 patents. He said when he was testifying, and nobody should object to this if they are sure that the election was perfect, which of course it was, to examine the ballots in Fulton County just to make sure, just to ensure, because there are those doubting Thomases out there who say the election was not a perfect election. The way to put the matter to rest is to examine all the ballots, a forensic examination of all the ballots, just to make sure, just to verify and put, well, this happened after the Kennedy assassination, I remember, because as you can tell by looking at me, I was alive at the time. There were people, there still are today, oddly enough, their videos I don't think get taken down, people who say that JFK was not killed by a communist, an American communist, Lee Harvey Oswald, acting alone. There were all these conspiracy theories that the mob was involved, or the CIA was involved, or Fidel Castro was involved. But the way to put all those questions to rest was a commission. The Warren Commission examined, they took years and they examined thousands of documents and reached the conclusion that it was indeed one man, Lee Harvey Oswald, acting alone, who assassinated John F. Kennedy, the President of the United States. That should, well, as I said, there are still people, and they're all on the left, by the way, they are all liberals who question the JFK assassination because, well, you want my personal opinion, because they don't want to admit that he was killed by the left. But the matter was put to rest officially with this Warren Commission. It only makes sense to do the same thing for the November 3rd election, just to put to rest any doubts about the integrity of the election by investigating it. Now this man, this gentleman, this expert, Jovan Pulitzer, testified that well, he said it was smoke and mirrors, all these statistical things or people not being able to observe the election. He said all that mattered was the ballots, to examine the ballots. He said that if he could examine the ballots, if he had access to the ballots, he could examine 500,000 ballots in 2 hours and state definitively whether all those ballots were legitimate ballots, which is what we would all want. I said at the time, and I say now, that would be the thing to do. The problem that he had was the Fulton County election officials would not let anybody look at the ballots. But that all changed about a week ago when a judge ordered Fulton County to turn over the ballots, to provide the ballots to the Georgia Senate so that the Georgia Senate could examine the ballots. Of course, again, this is just a formality just to verify what we already know, which is that all the ballots were valid ballots and the election was perfect. Nothing wrong with the election. This would only verify that. The point is, though, that the ballots are being turned over, and I remember thinking at the time, I may have even done a vlog on this. I don't remember clearly, but I may have done a vlog announcing the decision and stating what I'm stating now, which is that if they're going to examine these ballots, they should let Jovan Pulitzer conduct the examination, to use the methods that he has to determine whether, well, just to verify that all the ballots in this perfect election are legitimate ballots. Well, I've got some good news. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. Jovan Pulitzer is going to be allowed to conduct the examination of these ballots. That's point one. But point two, he is looking for volunteers to help scan the ballots. I'm now going to show you a video of Jovan Pulitzer making the announcement. I urge you to watch the video and then volunteer. That's the first thing, but also share this video with anybody you know in or near Georgia, or actually anywhere in the country or in the world, anybody who has a couple days to spare and can afford to go to Georgia and help conduct this examinations. And by the way, there won't be any sound for the very first part of it. I want to show you the whole video. There was a problem with the sound. You're going to see a graphic, and then Jovan comes in and there will be sound. Just be patient, there will be sound. And now here is the video.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. Maybe this time I'll get it right, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, here's what I'm doing is we're going to talk about Georgia. Georgia is now ready to go to scan the ballots. Now, in Georgia, you know, they're looking, just like any other state, they're looking for volunteers to help. If you are in Georgia or around Georgia, whatever the case may be, and you want to participate in history, remember, this is history, okay? This is history. You are about to see one of the pivotal events in history that will be talked about literally in textbooks and in history from here on out. It will definitely be talked about when it comes to elections in the future. So here's what's going on. If you are in Georgia or around Georgia, you could be anywhere else. I see people in Lufkin, Texas. Doesn't matter. Anywhere you are. If you want to volunteer your time to come to the state of Georgia for a couple of days, you can come be part of this team doing the historic scan the ballot efforts. Now I'm going to show you an email. I'm going to put it on my screen real here. Make sure I push the right buttons again, right? Where you are. Here you go. Ready? Boom. There's the email you needed to do it to. Food is provided. You come and show up, sign in. You got to send an email to this GA, Georgia Ballot Team at Gmail. Georgia Ballot Team and email. Anybody in Georgia, you can be on both sides of the aisle. It's totally preferable. Be Democrat, be liberal, be the weed party, the tree party, it doesn't matter. If you want to participate in history and make sure for the first time in history ballots are investigated the right way, send an email, join up.
And that's it for today. You've been looking at the email address. Jovan just announced the email address, but there it is on the screen. You've had it on the screen all during this vlog. You can freeze the frame, and I'll put it in the description too. So if you are in Georgia or near Georgia or anywhere, if you are able to volunteer, then please, by all means, contact Jovan Pulitzer and volunteer. And I also urge everybody, share this video with anybody you think could also volunteer, or just share it anyways, because they might know somebody. You might share this video with somebody who might know somebody who could volunteer. And needless to say, I will keep everybody informed of the results that verify that in Fulton County the election was perfect. Until that time, I'll just ask you for a thumbs up if you like this video. Share it with anybody you think would enjoy the video, but also who could volunteer to help Jovan Pulitzer conduct this forensic examination, this historic, as he said, forensic examination of these ballots. And then if you could, if you have any comments, you can put them in the comments section or ask questions, suggest future topics in the comments section below the video. You could subscribe. I love getting subscribers. You could visit my music channel, my food channel. There are links in the description as well. And as always, I appreciate your taking your time with me. I love visiting with all of you. I hope to see all of you again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see you all again, bye.